let's talk about mental health during any type of skincare journey or any journey. I mean, it could be a fitness journey that just takes a long time. In this case, 3 months. At first, when I started, I thought 3 months, I mean, it sounds like a long time, but if you think about it, I mean, it's really not. But when you're going through 3 months, it feels like forever. I'm only 2 months in, and just looking back, it's like I feel like an entire century has passed. Like, so much time, or so much has changed, should I say. And I even know people in my personal life, their lives have been completely turned upside down just in a matter of maybe 1 to 2 months. So 3 months to wait to see, some type of change or drastic progress, like it is a lot of time. And during that time, I noticed that it's really easy to begin obsessing over what's happening. Obviously, with me, the stuff that I was taking wasn't necessarily one of the best forms of some of these skin lightening supplements that I could have been taking. So of course that messed with my head. Even though I had seen changes, it's like, did I just see those changes because I've been sequestered away from the sun for 2 months? Or was it really because of the supplement that I was taking? So all these thoughts are running through your head. Also, there's a lot of things that you miss out on. I was very active outdoors prior to this journey, as you guys have seen in my pictures. And then as soon as I started, I kind of knew that I needed to stay out of the sun at all costs, especially since I live in Florida. It's extra hot and just humid, and the UV rays, I mean, they can destroy anyone's skin. It doesn't matter where you're from. So I knew that I really had to be cautious. And so there's a lot of times where it's like I pass up going to the beach. I pass up daytime music festivals. I mean, obviously you could do something, go at night. But most of these things, like, they start midday, around 12 or 1. Going to amusement parks. I had to, be head to toe in, long sleeves, long pants, sneakers, with only my hands out, and I had a hat on as well. I forgot to tell you guys, I had a black hat on as well, so I was anything to keep the UV rays out. I mean, it did help, but a few days afterwards, I did feel like my skin looked just a little bit dingier, but that could have been because I was taking my vitamins orally. Anyways, what I'm saying is that you do miss out on a lot. Today there's a baseball game and I don't really want to go. I mean, it's at night, but we have to get there around 6, which first thing I'm doing is looking on my phone, going to the weather app, because it tells you, like, the sunrise and the sunset, just to see, how much sun am I going to have, sitting there. Could you imagine sitting there in an open stadium with no, shade or anything? I mean, it's a baseball game. Yeah. Anyways, for most people, these things, it's like, that doesn't really sound like a big deal, but if you are paying hundreds of dollars, which I think I already shared with you guys, it's like $200 to $300 just to keep up. If you're doing glutathione pills, just to keep up with the pills for 1 month, and if you're doing the vitamin C packets, it's about $200 a month. That's not adding on if you're doing any exfoliators, any topical creams or oils and stuff like that. So it does get expensive, and if you're paying that, it's like taking on an extra bill. It's like, I don't want to go reverse my changes, and especially since the changes are gradual. It's nothing where I start at the beginning of 1 week and then that Sunday of the next I'm like, oh wow, I've changed so much. Like, no. I've noticed that maybe with intimate areas, but with your overall skin, you're not probably going to see that big of a change that quickly. That's why they say 3 months before you start seeing changes. You have to really look into the words people are saying. And then of course I started taking other supplements added on to the glutathione, because glutathione is kind of pricey, so I was like, well, I'm going to speed up things with MSM, but MSM is much the same. If you want skin lightening, not only do you have to overdose it, so if you're taking only 6,000 of glutathione, you should probably be taking 16 to 20,000 of MSM if you want to see skin lightening. If you're just doing it for hair growth and skin health, then you're fine. Anything under 6,000. I mean, people get away with using 1,000 and they see drastic changes just with the health and the clarity of their skin. But if you're doing it for skin lightening, you have to overdose it, which is fine. MSM is very cheap, so that sounds like a lot, but you can get away with it, and you can get a whole kilo for like $20. It's very cost effective. But anyways, it's the same thing. To see these drastic going down, 3 to 4 shades, it's like, you're looking at 3, 4, 5 months into doing this every single day. So the entire process, it does kind of mess with your head. You will find yourself missing out on things that you typically wouldn't think about, as far as outings with friends. If it's during the daytime, what am I going to wear? And I thought this was just going to be something where I took my vitamin every day and then I just kind of forgot about it, but there's just so much more to it if you really want to get the results that you're looking for. Sadly, it's not something that you can just take once a day and then be done with it. It does have to be spread out throughout the day, so you have to be very conscious of making sure that you're hitting those times. If you're taking MSM, there might be times of the day where you don't want to take MSM because you're worried about your sleeping habits and stuff like that. Also, the side effects of the purging. For glutathione, I didn't have any acne related breakouts for that purging, but for MSM, it has made me break out. But it's finally going away, and MSM, oh my gosh, I'm so thankful to have started it, because my skin, it feels like butter. It's starting to look so amazing and so quickly. We're talking like within 2 weeks, but yeah, I have been getting pimples and things like that, but they seem to be healing pretty quickly. But I just wanted to share that. You're kind of gonna feel like you're probably missing out on some things, and your lifestyle might change drastically, but I don't want to say drastic changes need drastic measures, but I don't know. It just takes some time, and starting this type of journey, depending on what shade your skin is starting out, you might just have to be a little more hands-on than you initially thought.